Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, a visionary leader and politician from the Gold Coast, had a dream that would change the course of African history. Born in 1909, Nkrumah grew up witnessing the injustices of colonial rule, and he was determined to fight for the liberation and unity of Africa. As a young man, Nkrumah pursued his education in the United States and the United Kingdom, where he became involved in the Pan-African movement, which aimed to promote the unity and independence of African nations. Inspired by the likes of Marcus Garvey and George Padmore, Nkrumah became a vocal advocate for African nationalism and Pan-Africanism. In 1947, Nkrumah returned to the Gold Coast and founded the Convention People's Party, which became a driving force in the fight for independence from British colonial rule. Nkrumah's charisma, intelligence, and passion for African unity made him a natural leader, and he quickly gained widespread support among the Ghanaian people. After years of persistent activism and political maneuvering, Nkrumah and the CPP successfully negotiated Ghana's independence from British colonial rule in 1957, making it the first African colony to achieve self-rule. Nkrumah became Ghana's first prime minister and later its president, and he wasted no time in working towards his dream of African unity. Nkrumah believed that African nations needed to come together as a unified front to overcome the challenges of post-colonialism, such as economic exploitation, social inequality, and political instability. He called for the creation of a united and socialist Africa, where African nations would work together to promote economic development, social justice, and African culture and identity. Nkrumah was instrumental in organizing the first All-African Peoples Conference in 1958, which brought together leaders from across Africa to discuss and plan for the continent's future. He also established the Ghana-Guinea-Mali Union, a political alliance aimed at promoting African unity and solidarity. Nkrumah's vision of African unity was not without challenges. Many African leaders were skeptical of his socialist ideology and feared losing their own sovereignty in a unified Africa. Nkrumah's dream of African unity did not fully materialize during his time in power. He faced internal and external opposition, and his government was eventually overthrown in a coup in 1966. However, Nkrumah's legacy as a Pan-Africanist and his tireless efforts towards African unity continue to inspire leaders and activists across the continent to this day. In conclusion, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's dreams of African unity were rooted in his deep belief in the potential of Africa and its people. His relentless pursuit of independence for Ghana and his unwavering commitment to Pan-Africanism left an indelible mark on African history, though his dream of a unified Africa may not have been fully realized in his lifetime. Nkrumah's vision and legacy continue to inspire generations of Africans to work towards a united and prosperous continent. Subscribe to New African GH for new African consciousness.